Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I'm Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves, and we are going to do that in the form of some I am statements. Now, each one of my I am cards has a powerful and an empowering statement on there. And so, what we're going to do is we're going to really affirm some beautiful things about ourselves, and the best thing about it is that these things are true. And so before our brains start to really get polluted by the messaging of the world telling us that we're not enough or that we're not good enough, we are going to really circumvent that process. So what's going to happen is I'm going to ask you if you are the affirmation on the card. And what I'd like for you to do is for you to say out loud, I am that affirmation. So let's begin by pulling a card and saying that today, I am colorful. I am colorful. I cultivate beauty wherever I go. So I am colorful. I cultivate beauty wherever I go. Are you colorful? You are colorful. You cultivate beauty wherever you go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write that down in the chat. And as I do, I am making this even more real. So I am colorful. I cultivate beauty wherever I go. Good morning, Lauren and Shauna and Brenda Jean. It is great to see you three colorful ladies here today and talk about cultivating beauty wherever we go. Each and every one of you does that very thing. And so I am just writing this down, making it more real. And, you know, if you are a person who is listening to this broadcast and not saying the words or not writing it down, just know that there's even more benefit for you to have here. There's even more. There's even more that that is here for you. As we write these things down, we have to take that thought form and we need to put it through our fingers, and our eyes see the words, and more importantly, there are other people in this world who then see the words, and it becomes so much more real. And so writing it down is incredibly important. You know, we say the words, we write them down, and we affirm them for ourselves and for each other. Because ultimately, as we see these traits in other people, we also get to see them in ourselves. It's oftentimes very difficult for us to really understand how this stuff manifests in our lives, but we can see it in other people so easily. How often have we said something lousy about ourselves, but we say wonderful things about other people? Or we'll say something about ourselves that we would never say about somebody else. And so a tip that I have when I really can't find the way that it applies in my own life is that I will look to see how it applies in somebody else's life, because it's so much easier for us to see other people's positive traits oftentimes than just for us to see our own. Because, well, we know ourselves deeply. We know all of our own faults and flaws. We know the truth about ourselves. We know the totality of ourselves. And oftentimes, because we know that totality, we judge ourselves very harshly. And I Am Colorful is inviting us to realize that we bring beauty where we go, and that we cultivate that beauty, and that this world is a better place because we're in it. And wherever we go, we have that wonderful ability to make this world a better place, and just to make it more colorful. I recall that I was on Maui once, and I was talking to an artist. And, you know, I was actually in the art world on Maui. I sold high-end art. And so therefore I really came into contact with a lot of people in the art world. And I was chatting with an artist there, and I was saying, so how did you get to being an artist? You know, how did you get to be a professional artist? It's hard enough to make it on Maui. Making it as a professional artist on Maui is even more difficult because, well, it's just there's a lot of inertia that you need to overcome. And she said, well, she's like, throughout my whole life, I've just made things nicer wherever I went. I just made things a little bit prettier. And that's how I knew I was an artist. So I decided to start doing it. And eventually I got opportunities to do it professionally. And here I am doing it professionally. And at that point, she was being shown in some of the really nice galleries in Lahaina. And she had lots of different like merchandising deals. And she had opportunity to to showcase her art. And I thought it was such an interesting and such a simple thing. There were so many artists who were starving on Maui, and yet here was one who really didn't set out to be an artist, but rather just set out to make the world a better place. And as she did, opportunities for her art to flourish manifested. And so that's really the way that it is for us as well. As we cultivate beauty where we go, we cultivate the only kind of beauty that we can cultivate, because really we're giving of ourselves. And so as we give of ourselves and we make the world a better place wherever we go, then we are indeed colorful. So I am colorful today. You are colorful too. And today we are going to really manifest beauty every single place that we go, every step that we take, and every person that we visit, and every organization that we're a part of. We have an opportunity to cultivate beauty there, to make it nicer. And as we make it nicer, we find that people want us there because we make it nicer, because we add to the place, we add to the ambiance. I was talking to some friends yesterday. I was at a 70s themed party, talking to some friends yesterday, and it was just struck me that every single time that they are at a party that I'm at, that they're just adding something to it. And so I told them that. I said, you guys really bring something to every party that you go to, and it's such a true thing. So I'm colorful. The people around me are colorful, and all of us cultivate beauty wherever we go. So I want to say thank you guys for coming by and making my life more colorful, making my life more interesting, and most importantly, really helping me to co-create this incredible space on the internet where a bunch of people get together and just say nice things about each other, and we say nice things about ourselves. Because as we go out in this world, we're going to meet people who don't have that same mindset, and it's so, so important that we give them a little bit of what we got, because that's how we make this world a better place. So good morning to you, Lauren and Shauna and Brenda Jean. Good morning, Armando. It is great to see you guys here today. And as we continue to meet every single day, every morning at 9 a.m., Monday through Friday, and continue to affirm these really great things about ourselves, we have the incredible privilege to be able to change the world. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. And until then, just be reminded that you're a wonderful person and that I love you and care about you. And that I will talk to you 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll pull another empowering affirmational message and continue to really dig into the truth of who we are. Until then, aloha from paradise.